Don't forget the good times.
Hi guys, so this video is all about living with bullying. It's been quite a few years since I was in school myself and college, but I did get severely bullied throughout school. Even in primary school, when I was like 4 or 5 years old, I used to get bullied for being quiet. Apparently I've always been different. I don't know how a 4-year-old could be much different to another 4-year-old, but people will tend to pick up on any weakness and use it against you. It's incredibly mean, to be honest, and not very nice at all. That's just the world we live in. They will judge you and they won't think about the consequences at all. They'll either know they're hurting someone, or they'll think it's a joke, or they just don't care. They won't think of what it's doing to that person they're actually bullying. I got very badly bullied in secondary school or high school, or upper school or senior school or whatever you want to call it. First thing I got bullied for was being quiet and being intelligent and a teacher's pet. I was a SWAT, I was a geek, a nerd, whatever you want to call it. I probably got called because I was intelligent and I got on my work and I was quiet in class, and I just wanted to learn, so therefore I got bullied for that, because clearly you shouldn't want to better yourself, you shouldn't want to learn, you surely shouldn't be at school to learn. What else would you go to school for? That's why we're there. It just got like progressively worse throughout upper school though, mainly because my look started to change. I've always been like a bit alternative. I've never really followed the crowd, I've never been like trendy or anything. I've always been a bit quirky. People didn't like that. They didn't like the fact that I was different to them and a lot of people in my school. There wasn't many people at all in my school who was alternative, to be honest. I went to quite a bad school, so a lot of them were just chavs, to be honest. There were a lot of chavs in my school who seem to hate anything that's different to them. They can't seem to stand it and they will bring you down completely. They will hurt you, they will just constantly throw abuse at you, just simply because you could have a different colour hair, you could wear your makeup differently, you could wear some bloody unbranded top and they would throw abuse at you. But then when you did it back, you would get a whole horde of them around you giving you even more abuse. When I got into about end of year 8, year 9, I got into the whole emo phase, because when I was 14 that all came about, to be honest. It all started, really. My Chemical Romance got really big and that kind of brought on the whole emo in me, and that's when things got even worse. But it's also when I decided to just go, you know what, I am going to look however I want to look. You aren't going to stop me from doing it. You're not going to stop me from being myself, because I do not care. You simply are just having a go at me because of how I look. You don't even know who I am. So I'm going to look as outrageous as I possibly am allowed to in school, and you're going to have to deal with it. That was kind of my mindset as a 14-year-old. She got such a bad attitude, and she just ended up giving everything back 110% worse than they gave her. Or me, rather, should I say. Why am I talking in third person? So I will share a few things with you that I remember getting called and asked when I was at school. I got the usual, like, freak and weirdo, shouting across the classrooms, bloody anywhere they could. Every time I walked past them, they'd say something. They used to try to trip me up in the corridors and everything. Me and my friends used to get Miss Mosh get a wash shouted at us, but I had enough of that, so I used to turn around and go, "Oi, I'm not a mosher, I'm an emo." And then they just look at me and go, "What the fuck's an emo?" And then I'm like, you're looking at one?" Yeah. 14, 15-year-old with an attitude problem. Oh dear. But they made me like it, I think. They made me into what I was like. I used to have people asking me, "What are you?" Like, they'd just look at me and go, "What even are you?" And I'd just be thinking, well, clearly I'm a human. You know, last time I checked, I was a person just like you. But clearly I'm not. I must be a different breed, different species. Because I can't be human, clearly. But I'd just be like, I'm an emo. And then I used to get a few people, stupid people who clearly couldn't understand what I was saying, go, "An emo? What's an emo?" And I'd just look at them and go, "A fish." No, I'm not a fish. I'm an emo, not a Nemo, moron. And I think that infuriated them more. And they're like, "Oh my god, what's an emo?" I think the worst thing that someone ever asked me though was this was in the classroom as well, so, and I said it really loudly, everybody could hear him. I was sat in my seat next to my friend, and he just came up to me and went, "Oh, you're one of those emos, aren't you? Do you cut yourself?" And I just looked at him and I could not believe he had asked me that. He went, "Oh, do you have depression? Are you sad all the time?" And I can't remember what I actually said to him, but I knew it really upset me. And he told me, he was like, "Show me your wrist, show me your wrist, go on, I want to see your wrist." And at that time, unfortunately, something truly, truly bad had happened in my life to someone very close to me. And I had self-harmed, and I had cuts on my wrist. So I refused to show him them, and I got incredibly angry, and I went, "How dare you even ask me that?" I went, "I'm not showing you them. You never should ask anyone that. That's disgusting." And I think after that day, he actually just shut up and left me alone, because he probably realised that he had crossed the line. But that's the worst thing anyone has ever, I think, with bullying, anyone's ever asked me. Yeah. Simply because of how I look, someone automatically thought that I had cut myself. And I'm going to guess there's hundreds and thousands of emos out there who have never, ever self-harmed, never even thought about it. You don't have to look a certain way to have depression, to hurt yourself, to kill yourself. Anyone could be going through that. You don't have a clue. Doesn't matter what they look like. I am going to do a video on depression and self-harm. This just kind of incorporates into it a bit, because at that stage, unfortunately, like I said, I had done it, and that really got to me. I never got into a fight, or I never got hurt. I mean, this last one, she kicks me before, but I was like, nah, I don't even know you, you're tiny anyway. Wow, well done you. When I got into about year 10, 11, people just decided to give up with me, because I think they finally realised that you can call me every name under the sun and it's not going to affect me. I am just going to throw it back into your face and call you every other name under the sun that I can think of, because why should I have taken it? Why should anyone take it? It's not fair. Nowadays, all them people who bullied me throughout school probably don't even remember me. They probably never think about it. They wouldn't have a clue what effect they had on me or anyone else that bullied. But it's always the victims who have the emotional scars, who have incredibly low self-esteem and confidence because people make fun of what they look like and their personalities, because I feel like the way I look and the way I've looked for many years reflects my personality. And I like looking like this. I've always liked looking like this. I want to look even more outrageous. If I could have loads of piercings, then I would, but not allowed to have a load of piercings at work. If I was allowed to have brightly coloured hair, I would, but I'm not allowed that either. So it's black. I just wish people would realise what their words do to others and what their actions do to others, what effect it has, because yeah, thankfully I had quite a tough skin when I were in school. When I got to about 14 years old, I had really tough skin because, to be honest, a lot had happened in my life, and the people talking shit about me to my face didn't affect me because I had bigger problems to deal with, and they had no effect on my life except when I was at school. Didn't like going to school at all. I had a nice small group of friends, but they weren't all in my classes, and most of my classes I got abused in, and the teachers didn't do anything. They didn't care, to be honest. Just left them to it. But it did get better though. As soon as I left school, I went to college, and I realised that there were a hell of a lot more people like me and who had similar personalities to me, and I made a lot of new awesome friends and just said goodbye to my school because I didn't want to go to sixth form. I did not want to stay there. I hated it. So I'm like, see you later, I'm out of here, bye, I'm gone, as quickly as I could. And I realised that the world is a hell of a lot bigger place than school. And there are millions of amazing, nice people out there who don't judge you for how you look or speak too. Since I started school when I was 4 years old, I got picked on for my speech because I have a slight lisp. And I got abused probably nearly every day for that. And that affected me more than them having a go at how it looked. And it still affects me. Sometimes I can hear it, sometimes with what I say, and I hate it. But it don't affect me as much anymore, thankfully. I mean, I still get all the funny looks still when I walk down the street sometimes, but I kind of embrace it nowadays. It's like, hey, look, they're giving me attention. I must look really cool for them to even bother looking at me. I don't think of myself looking bad at all. I just think, yay, attention. I don't care. It's quite funny because my mum be walking down the street with me and she's like, oh my god, did you see the way that girl looked at you then? And I'm like, what girl? Who? What? I didn't see anything. And she's like, did you not even realise? Did you not notice that she was staring at you? I'm like, was she really staring at me? I didn't realise at all. Because I don't care anymore. You're going to take your time out of your life to watch me walk down the street because you don't like how I look, then whatever. I'm taking your time away. Woo! I don't care. Yay. To everyone out there who's like going through being bullied, you're probably way more awesome than the people bullying you. They clearly just don't have anything better to do with their time. Honestly. They may also be going through things themselves, or they're just really mean, and you are a far better person than them. And school will end. It is not a big part of your life at all. It doesn't even make you into the person you are. Your life will probably start way after you finish school. Just think about it as something you have to do. Maybe not everybody in the world, but most people in the world have to go to school. And if you are good at school and you succeed, then you're gonna go further than all them horrible bullies will ever go, because all they can do is just have a go at people for being different. That does not make you go far in life at all. You embrace differences, you don't push them away. Trust me, they will one day be getting more hate than you could ever get. So be yourself and don't let them ruin your day, don't let them ruin your lives, because they're just dickheads being petty and horrible. And trust me, one day they will just forget all about it and you can move on and just be better and be awesome. So don't give up. That's a hairbrush. Okay, so there you go. That is my story about living with bullying. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you like it and click the subscribe button and maybe share, and yes, I will see you next time, maybe in this series. There are quite a few things I actually do and have lived with, so it may be quite a longer series than I thought, which is good, but also obviously quite bad that I have had to go through that. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Goodbye, and I love you. Mwah.